Hello and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Former Swift employee drops hint at possible XRP integration with Swift years ago. Well. So this video, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I may have actually seen this because I've had quite a bit of a time here in the crypto space, and obviously I'm an XRP holder, so obviously I'm always trying to keep an eye on my investment and do as much research as I can. So I think I may have seen this, but even if not, you guys will know if you are subscribers to my channel that I actually said this in a video literally about a week or two ago, where I actually said, hey, XRP doesn't actually have to take over Swift. Right? It doesn't have to be that much of an extreme option. Like, it could be that XRP works in conjunction with Swift, right? So then you've got Swift, which is the messaging platform, the messaging service, and then they utilize XRP as the bridge currency to settle transactions in seconds, right? So they work in unison with each other. And I'll be honest with you, I think that's way more of a realistic target than to actually try and overthrow Swift, because it's just a legacy financial system, right? It's just something that I don't really see being completely overthrown. Now, does XRP have the potential to do this? I would probably say yes, because XRP has technology that Swift doesn't, right? Swift is outdated. However, the thing that you've got to think about with this kind of stuff, right? If XRP was to be taking over Swift, it would also take over other things like PSPs, which is payment service providers. So then you'd be talking about like Visa, MasterCard, payment services like PayPal as well, those kind of companies, right? Now, PayPal's a bit more newer, so you could maybe say PayPal not so much, but Visa and MasterCard, again, these are legacy financial systems. And I don't really see those kinds of companies going obsolete. I'll just be completely honest. And part of the reason why I actually say that, to be real with you guys, is because this is even from a realistic point of view. The governments don't like monopolies, right? Like, if you think about it, before, when Facebook was looking at trying to do a cryptocurrency, I think it was Libra or something like that, right? They shut that down, right? They wasn't going to allow them to do this because they were saying, hey, you guys are going to start taking up too much of like a market share within the industry and the sector. We don't like what you're doing here. It's too much. And so they shut it down, right? And I think that's what they could potentially do with Ripple and XRP. If they was going to be in a position where they could take out all these kinds of companies and just completely eradicate them, I think they would say, hey, we don't really like this, guys. You lot are going to have way too much of a dominance within the financial sector if XRP takes over all these companies and just completely eliminates them, right? So even just from that kind of perspective, not even conspiracy theorists, I just don't know if the government would want Ripple to have that much of a dominance within the sector. So I don't know if they would allow that kind of thing to happen. But as I've always said, guys, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. XRP working with Swift is great. They're getting a share of what Swift is doing, right? Like, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. That would still be absolutely amazing. So when I see this, I think it's great. I think this is great news. I'm not here saying, XRP has to take over Swift. No, let them work together. That's cool. Let Swift be, that's fine. Let them stay doing what they're doing. They can have their place, but then let XRP have a piece of that pie. Because when you know what the type of numbers that Swift are doing, utilizing that with XRP is going to be good. It's going to be good, guys. It really is. So we'll quickly go through the article. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's generally saying stuff that we already really know, to be honest with you. But I'm just going to get to a few main points that I want to just address. So, in a recent tweet by Edward Farina, head of social adoption at XRP Healthcare, in brackets XRPH, unearthed an interview where Graham Bright, who worked with Swift for over 20 years as regional manager, commented about XRP's potential role in Swift's payment processing. While the interview is at least 3 years old, it recently surfaced within the XRP community, generating considerable attention. Okay, so this is parts that I want to address. He highlighted that while Swift handles financial services, it does not excel in real-time transactions and instant fund visibility. Bright contrasted Swift's traditional store and forward system to the emerging crypto networks. Specifically, he noted that crypto networks prioritize instant, real-time movement of funds and provide transparent visibility of transactions. However, Bright made it clear that he does not foresee cryptocurrencies, particularly Ripple's network, using XRP entirely replacing SWIFT. Instead, he envisioned cryptocurrencies like XRP as complementary networks catering to institutions requiring real-time capabilities. Also, Bright mentioned SWIFT was evolving to incorporate real-time functionalities to ensure it remains relevant in a changing financial landscape. In his words, quote, "We may also see Ripple XRP moving across the SWIFT network as a currency when we're perhaps using something like FX," unquote. It is worth mentioning that the SWIFT-Ripple partnership, which the XRP community had anticipated following Bright's comment, never materialized. In contrast, SWIFT partnered with Chainlink to potentially use the Link token for crypto payment processing. Okay, cool. So let's get into this then. So as he said there, he didn't foresee XRP taking over SWIFT. I do agree with that overall, and I'm not really sure if I can see it completely taking over SWIFT for reasons that I just mentioned earlier. But to me, that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. If they can actually work with SWIFT, that would still be absolutely incredible. So to me, I still look at that and I still feel very optimistic and confident, right? Okay. And now here I've got another part that I actually just want to address. It's mentioned here how the partnership with SWIFT has not occurred because this video is 3 years old, right? And they've said actually SWIFT partnered with Chainlink, okay? So let's get into that. Okay, why did SWIFT end up going with Chainlink? Well, let's just go with first and foremost what the probable and most likely answer is to that. The SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, right? XRP didn't have legal clarity. So while I do see that and I think, okay, not the best, I think, well, yeah, that's probably because of the SEC. And this is where I look at the SEC and what they've done. And I'll be honest with you guys, it's mission accomplished. Because did the SEC think they would win the lawsuit? I don't know. Maybe just because they're a government agency, they really thought they would have the judges on their side. Maybe they really are that arrogant to think that. But even if they didn't think they were going to win, they've handicapped Ripple. They torpedoed potential partnerships that they had. Like David Schwartz has spoke on this. So the damage is done. Now, I'm not saying that that damage can't be repaired. I'm not saying that they can't still continue to try and make those partnerships back now that they have legal clarity. But what I'm saying is that there might be some partnerships where they're just like, yeah, we've moved on now. For example, I forgot the name of the company, but they had a partnership with Ripple and then they ended up going with Stellar Lumens instead, XLM. Is it MoneyGram? I think it was MoneyGram if I remember rightly. I'm pulling from memory here, but I believe it was MoneyGram. MoneyGram had a partnership with Ripple. The lawsuit came through. What happened? The deal ended, right? It's probably not likely that they're going to get that deal back now. As far as I'm aware, they're still doing the partnership with Stellar Lumens now. So that deal's gone. So there is damage that they've done. Regardless of whether they've won the lawsuit or not, they really have handicapped Ripple for 3 years. And this is where like some people may complain about price, but look at what's actually happened, right? Look at what they actually did. Look at what SEC did to Ripple and XRP. That's the damage that they've done. These are partnerships that you see in here that would have potentially have been Ripple and XRP's partnerships. So if you're angry about price, definitely some of that should be directed to the SEC, right? And I'm sure a lot of people think that, but a lot of people are thinking now since the lawsuit ended, why hasn't the price just shot up? Now, did I think it would go higher and better than what it has? Yes, I'm completely in agreement with you there. But when we think about the damage that has actually been done and what they've now got to build themselves back up from, and the fact that we're in a bear market amongst all things, because if it was in a bull market, I think the price action would have been completely different. That's just my opinion, right? But when you think of what they've got to repair now, they've got a lot of work to do. And that's not Ripple's fault. That's the SEC, right? So I just think when I look at Chainlink getting that deal, okay, cool. But I don't think that that's an indication of that they wanted Chainlink originally. I don't think that's where the deal was all along, to be completely honest. Because let's be honest, we all know what's the best cryptocurrency for payments. We all know it's XRP. We all know that, right? It's the obvious answer. We all know this. So why go with Chainlink when we know XRP is the best currency for this type of use case? It doesn't really make sense. Like, I'm not saying that Chainlink's bad or anything like that, but we know that XRP is the one to be used as a bridge currency. Like, that's its purpose. So it would only make sense that that would be the main choice that you would go for this type of use case. Do you see what I mean? So, you know, I just look at that and I'm not really that surprised. I mean, I think it was the BIS as well who recently put out that they was doing some testing with payments and they're using Ethereum. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, I get it. There's competition out here. And this is why I say to you guys, you've got to understand with XRP, it's not just XRP that's going to just take everything. Like, there's other cryptos out here that people are going to use for different reasons, right? So I understand that and I do acknowledge that. But when it comes to like piloting like remittances and stuff like that and trying to do real-time settlement, we all know the obvious answer is XRP. And it's one thing using Chainlink, but Ethereum, right? Like, I get Ethereum just because it's got, you know, a certain level of legal clarity because the SEC seem very buddy-buddy with Ethereum and, you know, they seem to have given them a pass and that kind of stuff. I get that. But in terms of using it for payments, it's slow and it's expensive. It's pretty much like you're going like a little bit of a step up for what you're currently doing, because using the payment system how it is right now, yeah, it's slower and more expensive, but why go up one step when you can jump up like 10 steps and completely change the whole way the payment is done to go into real time and pretty much no expense at all? Why would you go for Ethereum of all coins? Do you see what I'm saying? So I do find that odd, I'll be completely honest, but maybe this is the kind of thing where they're just testing this stuff out, and once they now see that XRP has legal clarity and they test out utilizing crypto for remittance services, cross-border transactions and stuff like that, maybe they then say, okay, we see how all this works, we like it, now let's go to Ripple and XRP because these are the guys who are tailored to this field. This is what their use case is, right? This is their purpose. So, you know, I'm not saying that that's definitely going to happen, but I do get surprised, in all honesty, when I see these other cryptos being utilized for what we all know XRP was pretty much not made to do, because it wasn't made to do that, but it's turned out to be its purpose. It's turned out to be the best type of use case, right? So this is what XRP is just the best at. This is its like superpower. This is what makes XRP unique, right? The way Ethereum has smart contracts, right? That kind of thing. Like cross-border payments is where XRP shines. So yeah, what do I think about this? Do I see XRP working with Swift in the future? I would say so. I'm not saying it's a guarantee because it's not, but logically, would I think that Swift would work with XRP in the end, knowing that they can settle in seconds? Yeah, you know, XRP being used as a bridge currency, it makes sense. So I can completely see this happening, you know, I really can. So very interesting here. If you guys want to see the video, it is on X, and it was Edward Farina who found the video. So if you go check out his X profile, Edward Farina, and you'll be able to go and have a look at it. But what do you guys think? XRP being integrated with Swift, do you think this is something that's possible? And if you think it's possible, do you think it's actually going to happen? How long do you think it may take to happen? Or do you not really think this is something that's possible? Or do you maybe think that XRP will actually take over Swift? If so, how long do you think it will take? And why do you think it will happen? And if not, why don't you think it will happen? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'd be interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did like it, please remember to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, take care.